Hello YouTube, and welcome to Let's Play Persona 5. My name is Daniel, also known as Witch Hats, and this is actually my first Let's Play. Now, I know Persona 5 does seem like a rather ambitious game to choose for a first Let's Play, but I've been a fan of the Persona series for quite a while. Persona 5 in particular is a fantastic game. I absolutely love this game. And I thought, what better game to pick than a relatively recent game that's getting a lot of attention, because it recently won, hold on, let me make sure we don't watch the intro again. It recently won Best RPG of 2017, a title that I think it well deserves. And yeah, I feel like I have a lot to talk about, so without further ado, let us start a new adventure. Don't worry about all that. This stuff is just stuff you get for free. Free downloadable content.
This story is a work of fiction. Similarities between characters or events to persons living or dead in your world are purely coincidental. Only those who have agreed to the above have the privilege of partaking in this game.
I agree.
The contract has been sealed. The world is not as it should be. It's filled with distortion, and ruin can no longer be avoided. Those who oppose fate and desire change. From time to time, they were referred to as tricksters. You are the trickster. Now is the time to rise against the abyss of distortion.
Also, once again, it's my first Let's Play, so if I fumble a little bit, I'm gonna be doing a lot of figuring this out. Also, we get a beautiful cinematic of the city.
There's something here. Hey, up there! He's here. Moving immediately.
Good. Now get running!
This is our only chance.
Stay calm. You can get away now. We'll retrieve the briefcase on our end. What was that? Don't worry about us. Just concentrate on getting away.
Alright, so, they just kind of throw you right into the action here, without explaining a whole lot. I'm not going to get a whole lot of a chance to say much of anything, because I'm going to do my best not to talk over the voice acting and stuff. But basically, right here, they just kind of throw you in, so, follow the action prompts.
But I have to say, showing yourself above that crowd earlier was an excellent move. Nice work as always, Joker.
I bet Skull wouldn't pull it off that smoothly.
This happens because you have no sense for aesthetics.
Nobody asked you, Inari.
Also, I'm going to be trying to go a little bit slower here than ordinarily I would, because, I want to let you guys hear all the voice acting. All the dialogue.
Just run! Get out of there! Okay, the enemy's focus is on him. Looks like the rest of us can slip away. Everyone remember where we're meeting up? No worries, I can guide you all.
Doing some awesome platforming here.
Right there.
Take him down, Joker! Comparing power levels. No threat. Get him, Joker!
And here we get a bit of the a preview of the combat system a little bit. Once again, all of this will be explained in full, proper tutorial fashion a little bit later, but for now,
Head to position. Use routine.
we're just gonna use our persona and defeat this dude.
Pull out before their backup gets here.
Nice. Alright.
Good. You defeated them with ease.
Yeah, I
More
did.
of them? Be careful!
Oh dear.
Joker, behind you! Go through that door!
Alright, so, yeah, we're just gonna run for now.
Alright!
You should be able to get out that way? Hurry.
Come on, man.
Dude, can you even hear us?
I'm okay!
Don't worry, I'm picking up everyone's voices. Just go, Joker. I'm not going to be reading all of the dialogue in this game. There is a lot of... all the written dialogue, anyway. There's a lot of dialogue in this game. I'm going to be trying to get most of the important stuff, but it would just take way too long for me to actually read. Actually read all the dialogue. So I'm going to be trying to... when it does come to things that I'm not going to read, I'm going to try to advance through the bubbles a little bit more slowly
What?
than I would normally do. Just so you guys can read. Also, I almost glossed over this. Here they introduce you to a mechanic that is kind of unique to Persona 5, which is stealth. There is stealth in this game. Like I said, all of that kind of gets explained in proper tutorial form later, but right now we're just thrown in without a clue.
He's not alone. Find them and kill them all.
Something wrong? The exit should be up ahead.
Through there.
That's just how it is. After that commotion, the bottom floor is completely closed off. Hey, can you make it?
Over there. There's nowhere to run.
See ya.
Huh, what a show off. You're so reckless, you know that? Enemies here?
What's wrong?
These readings. It can't be.
What happened?
An ambush? Joker, can you handle this?
Joker!
Oh no!
Capture him. Let's go. Go, go, go. Get over there. Still struggling. Suspect secure.
Didn't expect to find some kid. You have your teammate to thank for this. You were sold out.
Suspect confirmed. Cuff it.
Well, that was something. Right at the beginning of the game,
The drug was too strong.
we just get captured.
Wake him up.
And we don't look to be doing in too good shape right now.
No dozing off. You still don't get it, do you? Give it up!
Ow.
Come on, cooperate. What? You want another shot?
I'd very much rather not, thank you.
Huh? What about the camera? Are you thinking it can be used as video evidence?
Well, seeing as though you haven't turned it off, I'm gonna say of course not.
So you're not that dumb. Which is good. Because we get to take as much time as we need.
Ow.
Obstruction of justice, blackmail, defamation, possession of weapons. Manslaughter too, yeah? Talk about the works. To think that all those crimes were led by a punk like this. And you seem to be enjoying every second of it. Huh?
I was enjoying it? Well, I was smirking a lot. Everything's hazy, I can't remember. This is where you pick the difficulty of the game. I'm gonna be playing on normal. Keep in mind, for anyone who wants to play this game and hasn't played this game before, you can pick any difficulty and you can change to any difficulty with the exception of safety. I do believe you can drop down to safety at any point during the game, but once you pick safety, you can't go back up. So, just keep that in mind. Every other difficulty, you can switch between them. So, if I wanted to play, let's say I wanted to start on hard, and hard was too, well, hard, I could drop down to normal or easy, but I'm just going to stick to normal for now. There are going to be points in time in the future where the schedule gets a little tight, and I'm going to have to, complete a dungeon in a single day or something. At that point, I might decide to drop down to easy just to make that easier for me because I'm trying to show you everything, but I probably won't need to do that, and if I don't, I'll just stick to normal. I wish to begin on normal difficulty? Yes, I do. Let's go.
You should know your place.
Well, I'm on the ground, and I'm playing normal.
Sign here. It's a confession under your name.
Why would I sign a confession?
I see. I need your hand to sign this, bud.
Ow! Okay.
I don't care if you end up losing a leg.
Okay, that's why I'd signed a confession.
Don't expect to walk out of here in one piece. We
But
are
I've-
going to make you understand. One
But I've-
must take full responsibility for their actions.
Ooh, now that's a phrase people who have played Persona before will recognize. But you just threatened to, like... You just threatened to kick off my leg if I didn't sign it. But then you said, if I do sign it, I'm still not walking out of here in one piece. Kind of empty threats there, man. Like, I mean, it's one or the other. Also, I'm going to be naming the character, as if you can't already tell, the canon name, pretty much, which is Akira Kurusu. So, pretty standard, neutral. I'd hate to name it something specific, because then, you know. I want this to be as, like I said, I'm going to be showing off a lot. I want it to be a very neutral experience.
Excuse me, but this area's off.
I'm Nijima from the Public Prosecutor's Office.
The prosecutor's office? What business do you have here?
Just let me through. It's urgent. There's something I need to confirm with the suspect.
Nijima-san, I believe this case is no longer in your jurisdiction. Besides...
You prosecutor signed Nijima? There's a call from your director. Hurry and get it over with. To be frank, you're being an inconvenience.
I thought I ordered you to stand by.
I'm responsible for this case, yet I'm not even being allowed an interrogation?
I'm calling because I knew you'd bring it up.
I will not be convinced unless I confirm it for myself. This is my case.
Good luck to you then. I won't be expecting much, though.
Prosecutor, I forgot to mention something important. Your time will be cut short. We can't permit you to talk with him for long. It's for your own sake. His methods are unknown. After all, we don't even know if it's safe to simply meet and speak with him.
I understand. I didn't expect it'd be you. You'll be answering my questions this time. Those bastards.
Yeah, they kind of drug
me. Can you hear me? It seems you've been through a lot. Almost anything can happen here, and I can't stop them. That's why I need you to answer me honestly. I don't have much time either. What was your objective? Why did you cause such a major incident? I didn't think it was a prank from the get-go, but I couldn't assemble a case for prosecution. It's because I couldn't figure out the method behind it.
Well, I mean, we were using personas, so I doubt you'd be able to.
True. There's no way I could be convinced of such a world just by reading the reports. It seems you're coherent. When and where did you find out about that world? How is it even possible to steal another's heart? Now, tell me your account of everything. Start from the very beginning.
And here we see a blue butterfly. Now, for those of you who have played Persona 4,
you are held captive.
The blue butterfly, you'll recognize the blue butterfly as the save points in Persona 4, but that's not actually originally where they're from. I'll get into that a little bit later, but yeah, they have a pretty big history with a certain character that we'll meet later on.
A prisoner of fate to a future that has been sealed in advance.
Later on in this episode, in fact.
This is truly an unjust game. Your chances of winning are almost none. But if my voice is reaching you, there may yet be a possibility open to you. I beg you, please overcome this game and save the world. The key to victory lies within the memories of your bonds, the truth that you and your friends grasped. It all began that day, when the game was started half a year ago. For the sake of your world's future, as well as your own, you must remember.
And so, it's established that this game, up to a certain point, is actually a flashback. We are still in the interrogation room, and everything will be just us recounting what has happened. I'm not going to save now. I'm actually going to save off-screen for the first couple of episodes, because I still have my old save files on this PS4, and since the save files tell you things like the level you are and your location and the date, I'd rather not spoil anything for anyone who hasn't played this game before, so. Once we get enough files where...
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for riding with us today. We will be arriving in Shibuya shortly. This is the last stop for this line. Please transfer here for all subway lines. The doors to your left will open.
Please Help!
Damn brat! I'll sue!
What? Are you for real? A mental shutdown? It's the truth! To a person, though? That's gotta be a joke. You really love all that occult stuff, don't you?
So, as I was saying before, once I get enough files, I will go ahead and save on screen, like once I get enough files to make sure nothing's spoiled. But until then, I'll be saving off screen for the first couple of episodes.
I get the feeling that's what's going on.
Oh well, that's not normal. I don't remember downloading any apps that allowed me to stop time. I didn't even know there were apps like that. Oh dear. That's something else. And we're back. Now, I always found it kind of weird how we just sort of deletes the app. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense because, like, you don't know where it came from, but, like, I mean, I imagine there's a sort of threshold for weirdness where it's like, you're not gonna, like, I mean, if it was just a random app that appeared on your phone for no reason, yeah, you'd delete it, but, like, if you tapped it and it literally stopped time, I think you'd do a little bit more research before you just, put it in the recycling bin. That's just me, though. Starting today, Sojiro Sakura will be taking care of me. His house should be in the back streets of this residential area. Alright, so, yeah. We can talk to people. If you see a speech bubble, or a thought bubble, I guess it's more like, with the 3 dots here, you can come over here, and ask for directions, or just talk to whoever it is, that you're talking to. He said an apartment with stairs, and this is an apartment with stairs, but if we come over here, we can see these 3 lines, and when it's 3 lines like this, you can't speak to them directly, but you can listen. So, real subtle there. They totally don't know I'm eavesdropping on them. Alright, so they were talking about an accident. Apparently there's been a lot of those. They were wondering why the policeman was standing there. The nameplate here says Sakura. It looks like this might be Sojiro Sakura's house. Even after ringing the doorbell, it doesn't look like anyone will answer the door. Maybe he's gone out. Looks like no one's home. Oh yeah, Sakura-san's usually at his cafe around this time. Well, LeBlanc's in the back alley, so I should make my other deliveries first. Next I need to take this package too. And from that guy conveniently talking to himself loud enough for us to hear it, we have found out that Sojiro is probably at LeBlanc, and since it's a cafe, I'm assuming it's this coffee symbol right here, and in fact, there we go, LeBlanc. It looks like this is LeBlanc. I'll go inside. I'll stay out here. Yep, I'll stay out here and not advance the game. We'll just stick around.
A public transit bus was driven down an opposing lane with its customers still in it.
The citizens can't live in peace if this keeps up.
Oh dear.
Oh, how frightening.
What could be going on? Didn't something similar happen just the other day?
Vertical is the name of a shellfish used for farming pearls.
And so Jiro is not paying any attention. I mean, the manager. I haven't played this game before.
Oh, right. They did say that was today.
Well, we'll be going now. The payment's on the table.
Thanks for coming.
This place is in the back alley, so there's no worries of a car crashing in here.
A what now?
He wasn't paying attention to the news.
There's been a string of those rampage accidents, you know. I just hope that none happen around here.
None of my concern.
We'll see you next time.
Oh, 4 hours for just a single cup of joe.
Wow, that is actually a long time to sit at a restaurant. Especially if you've only ordered coffee. Like, I mean, I feel bad if I'm sitting at a restaurant like an hour and a half and like I've eaten a full meal.
So, you're the guy.
I am Akira, yes. That's just how they get around letting you choose your character's name without, like, putting it in the dialogue. Well, I would ask if Sakura-san is already here, but I already kind of spilled the beans earlier, so please take care of me.
Uh-huh. I'm Sojiro Sakura. You'll be in my custody over the next year. I was wondering what kind of unruly kid would show up. But you're the one, huh?
Yep, that's me.
Have you been told? A customer of mine and your parents know each other, and... well, not that that matters. Follow me. This is your room.
Huh.
I'll at least give you sheets for your bed. You look like you want to say something.
Well, it is a bit cluttered, but, I feel like being rude at this juncture would not be appropriate, especially since he doesn't really seem too thrilled about us in the first place, so, it's big.
It's on you to clean up the rest.
Alright.
I'll be leaving after I lock up each day. You'll be alone at night, but don't do anything stupid. I'll throw you out if you cause any trouble.
He's having none of our crap.
Now then. I got the gist of your situation. You protected some woman from a man forcing himself on her. He got injured, then sued you, right?
Yep, sounds about right.
That's what you get for sticking your nose in a matter between two adults. You did injure him, yeah?
Well, I mean, I more kind of grabbed his shoulder and he was drunk, so he fell over, and I think he bashed his head on the curb. I don't know if that's technically my fault, but,
And now that you've got a criminal record, you were expelled from your high school.
Oh no.
The courts ordered you to transfer and move out here, which your parents also approved. In other words, they got rid of you for being a pain in the ass.
Well, this guy doesn't mince any words.
It's best you not talk about anything unnecessary. I am in the restaurant business, you know.
Fair enough.
Behave yourself for the year. If nothing happens, your probation will be lifted.
A whole year, huh?
Cause any problems, and you'll be sent straight to juvie.
That's bad.
We'll be going to Shujin tomorrow.
Shujin? Going where?
Shujin Academy. The school you'll be attending.
I don't know why... Like, I understand why they give you that, because they haven't named the school up until this point, but I don't know why Akira didn't know that. Because, I mean, if you look there, he's wearing... I'll show you guys a little later, but he's wearing the school uniform.
We'll introduce ourselves properly to the staff there. There's rarely a place that'll accept someone like you, you know? What a waste of my Sunday. Your luggage arrived earlier. I left them over there.
I'll be living here starting today. I should check out what's in here. If you look here, yeah, what we're wearing right there, that's the Shujin Academy uniform. And if I'm not mistaken, the crest literally just has Shujin on the crest. So I don't know why Akira wouldn't know the name of the school. I understand why the player wouldn't, because once again, up until that point, they didn't mention it. Also, I'd like to point out something. I don't know why we're wearing our school uniform. It is Saturday, and in Japan there is school on Saturday, but we're definitely not going to Shujin yet, so I don't know. But if we go over here and check the box, it's full of clothes and daily necessities. I'll change into more comfortable clothes for now. So we actually change out of our school uniform and into our casual wear. And basically, the game wants you to go around and check everything. It's a desk... What even happened there? It's a desk with a stack of books on top. No one can use this desk while it's like this. So you just go around and look at how dirty everything is until some parts of these shelves have rust on them. All these difficult-looking books were carelessly crammed into it. Eventually, he'll be like, oh, yeah, I should start cleaning. You can check all the other places, but it just says basically the same thing. It's like, oh man, look how dirty this is. And now we are cleaning. Wow, this place really cleaned up well. I mean, still a little cluttered, but...
Seriously?
What the heck? I heard you making all sorts of noise up here, but I didn't think you were cleaning. You were the one who told us to clean. You said cleaning up was on us. Why were you surprised?
Uh-huh.
Actually, the place doesn't look too bad. Though it's only natural you'd want to keep your room tidy. Why don't you go to bed for the night? You don't have anything better to be doing, right? I'm going to close up shop and get out of here myself.
I'm gonna head back then.
I won't be the one looking after you if you get sick from staying up too late. You got that? So once again, he's not really too thrilled about any of our crap. Time is limited. Think carefully about your schedule before you act. Like I said, I will be following... I mentioned a schedule earlier. I will actually be following a guide, because I'm going to be trying to show off as much of this game as possible. I'm going to be doing all of the social links, which will be explained later if you're not familiar with Persona. And doing so usually requires some sort of guide. I will link the guide for those who are curious or want to look at it. I will link the guide in the description of this video. And so you have some idea of what we'll be doing, and things can get a little bit tight, especially early game, because there are a lot of things you have to worry about, and there are certain dungeons, like I mentioned earlier, there are certain things you have to finish in one day, which gets a little bit kind of stressful, but I should be able to manage pretty alright. Like I said, if it gets too difficult, or just too, like, irritating, and I'm going to have to get off schedule for a bit, I will drop down to easy, but I shouldn't have to do that. So, yeah, without further ado, we don't have anything better to do, so let's go to bed. Starting today, this is my room. Change and go to sleep. Arrest. Trial. Criminal record.
Damn brat! I'll sue!
Still, I couldn't just let that go. That day, I had to go home early. Now, this is something I wanted to point out because I actually didn't notice it on my first playthrough of the game. At least until the end of the game. But you're not wearing glasses. Your character wears glasses. Your character was wearing glasses throughout the game, but he's not wearing them here. And it doesn't ever come out and explain this. But I'm thinking what's going on here is your character is Sorry for speaking over some of this. Your character is... the main character, rather, doesn't actually need glasses, but he wears them. And I think the reason he wears them is this event right here. Because, as we saw earlier, I can hear a man and a woman arguing in the distance. As we saw... I think they're just up ahead. As we saw from the animated cutscene earlier. As we saw earlier from the animated cutscene, he gets sued, and that puts us in a lot of trouble, and we get a criminal record. And I think what's going on here is that he decides to...
Let me go!
He decides to change his appearance. Just a little bit. Just by adding the glasses, you know, change his appearance. Just so he's not super recognized immediately as, oh, he's that kid with the criminal record.
No!
Don't give me that shit.
Looks like that drunk man is bothering that woman.
Ow! Please stop!
She's in danger. I can't ignore this.
What a waste of time. You think you're worth causing me trouble? Huh?
I'll call the police!
Call them if you want. The police are my bitches. They're not gonna take you seriously.
Man, this guy's a self-entitled asshole.
No! Stop!
I mean, I guess that's the point. You want to make him seem as assholish as possible, so it just sucks even more when trying to stop him gets you in trouble.
Someone called the cops, huh? Get in the car. Incompetent fools like you just need to shut your mouths and follow where I steer this country. What are you looking at? Get out of my face. This ain't a show. Get lost, kid. See? This is all because you're so damn slow. Get in the car.
So, we were just victims of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. And also trying to get involved with something that, to be fair, you know, I mean, that's something that's hard to ignore, but we crossed the wrong guy, it seems. The icon looks almost like an eye. I thought I deleted it. Well, we deleted it again. My eyelids are starting to get heavy. Oh man, what's this? This isn't juvie, is it? I didn't already mess up? I mean, they don't really look old enough to be proper prison wardens. Ball and chain, really?
No.
Trickster, welcome to my velvet room.
Now, for those who have played Persona before, that is a very familiar face.
So you come too, inmate. The you in reality is currently fast asleep. You are only experiencing this as a dream. You're in the presence of our master. Stand up straight!
Welcome. I am delighted to make your acquaintance. This place exists between dream and reality, mind and matter. It is a room that only those who are bound by a contract may enter. I am Igor, the master of this place. Remember it well. I summoned you to speak of important matters. It involves your life as well.
He's a familiar face, but not, in fact, a familiar voice. Important matters?
Still, this is a surprise. The state of this room reflects the state of your own heart. To think a prison would appear as such. You truly are a prisoner of fate. In the near future, there is no mistake that ruin awaits you.
Quick note before I progress. Not only is this a prison, it's a specific style of prison, and actually, it's a conceptual design, called a Panopticon prison. And what it is essentially, if you noticed, all of the cells were facing Igor, right there in the middle. That was the idea of the prison. The idea was that you would have all the cells open and facing a single warden, which would help reduce on the amount of guards you needed, and would also encourage the inmates to be more well-behaved, because from this idea that they were always being watched. Now, that design of prison was ultimately scrapped. There were a lot of concerns, ethical and otherwise, about a prison where you would always be watched and stuff. And I think that one was built. I think. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure one was built, and it didn't really pan out all that well. And it has since been closed down. It was closed down. It's been closed down a while. That's not like a recent thing, but it was closed down a couple of years, I think, after they put it up. I didn't do any particularly like specific research on that. This is just kind of information I know off the top of my head, so I might be wrong about some of it. Like I said, don't quote me on any of this. But yeah, I found it interesting that they decided to use a Panopticon prison for the prison that you are, but without the prison that the Velvet Room appears as. But without further ado, Rune.
I speak of the end to everything. However, there is a means to oppose such a fate. You must be rehabilitated toward freedom. That is your only means to avoid ruin. Do you have the resolve to challenge the distortion of the world?
I'd rather avoid Rune, yeah.
Allow me to observe the path of your rehabilitation. Pardon me for not introducing the others. To your right is Caroline. To your left, Justine. They serve as wardens here.
Ha! Try and struggle as hard as you like. The duty of wardens is to protect inmates. We are also your collaborators. That is, if you remain obedient.
I shall explain the roles of these two at another occasion. Now then, it seems the night is waning. It is almost time. Take your time to slowly come to understand this place. We will surely meet again, eventually.
Time's up. Now hurry up and go back to sleep.
You know, I've never noticed the I'm not sure if you saw, but there's actually a little like food tray. It's empty, but there's actually a little food tray like inside the window. Inside the little like window for it next to you, and I literally have never noticed that until just now. Also, the day has advanced. It is now Sunday, and we had a really strange dream. Rune, rehabilitation? What does it mean?
Hey.
Looks like you're up. And man... Well then, let's go introduce ourselves properly to the staff about your transfer. Man, Sojiro is looking snazzy right now. The school you're attending is in the Aoyama district. It'll cost you a bit to ride the train there, and the route transfers are a pain. Now, he says this, but, and I imagine he's saying this is more of an in-universe kind of thing and not gameplay-wise, but actually it doesn't cost you anything to ride the train to school, and it also doesn't cost you anything to ride the train to, Shibuya, the main city that we saw before. Some of the other places you can go to, it will cost you money to ride the train, but the main 3 that you'll go to back and forth, this place is Yongen Jaga, something like that. This place, Shibuya, and Aoyama are all free, so you can travel between them at any time without paying money. Anyways, he'll drive us there today.
Jeez.
Sheesh, men aren't usually allowed in my passenger seat. I like this little line. It's a nice, it's a short little line, but it kind of gives you a feel for Sojiro's character. A little bit, at least. At least early on. A little window into his personality.
Do me a favor and behave yourself, alright? Don't get me wrong. I don't care what happens to you. Just don't cause me any trouble.
Because otherwise, he's been just...
To reiterate, just so we're clear, you will immediately be expelled if you cause any problems.
Ooh, expelled, that's bad. But anyways, so Jiro has so far just been treating us kind of like we're a pain in the ass. And that's not anything specific to just him, as you'll see.
Honestly, I hesitated on accepting someone like you. But there were some circumstances on our side. You might have done a variety of things in hiding in your hometown, but you will behave yourself here. If you are thrown out from our school, there will be no place for you to go. Keep that in mind. This is the teacher in charge of your class.
I'm Sadayo Kawakami. Here's your student ID. Be sure to read the school rules. Any violations will send you straight to the guidance office. And if by chance you cause any problems, I won't be able to protect you at all. That is your promise, yes, Principal Kobayakawa?
Mm-hmm. He is responsible for all his actions.
I am. I even signed the contract.
But really, though, why me? There should have been better candidates.
Well, actually, the contract was the confession, and that was, like, in the future from right now, so... But then again, I was allowed into the Velvet Room, which you have to have signed a contract to get into, so... I don't really know exactly.
It was a sudden transfer, and your class was the only one that had an opening.
Actually, all joking aside, the contract that Igor mentioned that, like, everyone who has signed a contract can enter, like, only those who have signed a contract can enter, is very much implied to be the contract you sign at the beginning of the game, the one where it was like, oh, this is a work of fiction.
If you're done explaining things, mind if we get going? I got a store to get back to.
Sakura-san, please keep a close eye on him. Don't let him cause any trouble outside.
Also...
I'll be sure to have a serious talk about the situation he's in.
Also, if you notice, everyone's kind of treating us like a pain. Actually, I think...
Come to the faculty office when you arrive at school tomorrow. I'll show you to your classroom.
Sounds easy enough. I think Sojiro's gonna say it up here in a bit, but... They're treating you like some kind of nuisance. Yeah, there we go. I guess that's what it means to have a criminal record. Turns out your past follows you wherever you go. Now, by the way, if you get expelled now, I won't hesitate to kick you out. Got it? Now, everyone's been treating us like a nuisance, and I mentioned earlier, I'm pretty sure that the main character starts wearing his glasses because he's gotten this bad reputation and he doesn't want to be at least immediately recognized. I mean, it's Clark Kent levels of disguise, but like... He's trying to make himself appear a little bit different, separate himself from the person he was before. And I think a large part of that is just because he's gotten this bad reputation, and it's been sticking, like, really hard. I mean, you saw how everyone's been treating us, including Sojiro, who's taking care of us, so... I think I'll manage. School never changes, huh?
Hey.
Come on, we're going home. So, and yeah, having a bad reputation.
What a troublesome situation.
I'll get to this in a minute. Having a bad reputation is really something serious, especially in Japan, where your standing as a member of society is almost as important as your standing as an individual.
I can't believe they pushed someone with a record on me. A male teacher would be better suited for this.
Why in the world was someone like that admitted here?
Yeah, no one's happy about us being here.
Who knows? It was the principal's decision. I was told that it's for the school's reputation.
I would have thought that my volleyball team has contributed more than enough to cover that.
Now, I know it seems kind of weird that Kawakami would say it's for the school's reputation, or she thinks it's for the school's reputation, when we have a bad reputation, but it is kind of like that thing, well, we're taking on this trouble student, and we're gonna turn him into someone, like, not troubled kind of thing. Like, it looks good on the surface, but, like, you're still going to be treated like crap.
That's certainly true.
Be careful, okay? Then again, if anything were to happen, I'd kick out a student like that right away.
Well, I'm glad we didn't turn out to be I'm glad we weren't in his homeroom.
Well,
Although,
I keep wishing that he'd just end up not coming to school.
Wow.
Still, that isn't something I should be saying as a teacher.
Yeah, I wouldn't say so. Also,
Well, I should be returning to practice.
He seems like a gym teacher, and I'm not sure if gym teachers actually run a homeroom.
Oh, right. The tournament's coming up, isn't it?
I'm not sure how that works. In Japan, or I mean, it probably varies from school to school, but I mean, it probably varies here from school to school too. I don't know.
Having such high expectations placed on you by others is quite a problem in itself. We'll have to work hard to make up for the track team, too.
Oh man, something happened to the track team.
Yes, that's true.
I'm sure that's not going to be important later.
It'd have to be my class.
Oh, traffic's not moving at all. You're taking the train starting tomorrow.
I mean, you said that before. That was kind of the condition.
So, how was it? The school, I mean. Think you can manage?
Well, I mean, everyone was treating me like jerks. The principal didn't seem to like me. My homeroom teacher didn't seem to like me. It seems fun.
Do you even understand your situation?
It's called sarcasm, Sojiro.
Still, you were expelled once already. To think you'd re-enroll at a different one.
Now, I know that might seem like an interesting thing to say, but keep in mind that this is Japan, and high school is very much a secondary school. It's not like here, where you are basically required to go to high school. So it's like, if you have a criminal record or not, you are going to go to a high school, as long as anyone has anything to say about it. But over in Japan, it's not. It's very much a secondary school. You don't have to go to high school. So the fact that we were expelled, and the fact that we even got accepted into another school, keeping that in mind, is actually rather impressive, especially considering how important reputation is.
It's not like anyone will be sympathetic with you.
Oh, don't worry, we already figured that out.
If that's what it was like at school, people might say stuff about me in the future, too. What a troublesome kid I'm taking in.
Why did you take me in? You don't seem very happy about it.
I was asked to do it, and I just happened to agree to it.
Ah.
I've already been paid for it, too, after all.
Ah, there was money involved.
A subway has derailed at Shibuya Station, greatly affecting the timetable all across the...
Oh, another accident? So that's why it's so crowded. There's been a lot of those lately.
Yeah, there has. Even I'm new here and I've heard about it.
Hey!
That guy doesn't look good at all. Okay, that's bad.
We're experiencing technical difficulties in the lower line.
I don't have a visual yet.
That was direct footage from the accident.
Okay, so like
To the police, the engineer's life was
that's
not in
pretty
danger
bad,
despite
but
his
like
injuries.
that guy saying, "Oh, fa," was kind of
When approaching the station,
funny.
no further comments were made. Police are still looking for a plausible motive.
It's less of an operating accident and more of a crime of the company and the government. Site inspectors apparently reported all of this 6 months ago. The deterioration of the tracks and the ATC. Seems a railway company and the Ministry of Transport both turned a blind eye to the truth. There's no way they can hide. This will go all the way to the top.
Now on to our main story. With this derailment accident, as well as other recent incidents of unknown motive, concern is spreading among the general public. Just what could be causing such a drastic change so suddenly in these people? SNN has
Everything's linked. That's what you're thinking, correct? Oh well. Are you free? You and I haven't gone for a drink in a while.
Thank you, sir. But I have another meeting to attend. I must be going.
I was ready to go for this meeting, and that's when this extremely fast train just...
And Persona also continues the tradition of having the characters look way taller and skinnier than they do, like in the cutscenes, than they do in the actual like game itself. The models, I mean.
Did you ask for me? Is it a case?
Not quite. I want your opinion on something.
Sure. Your judgment is quite often correct, though. Can we discuss this over sushi, perhaps? You are making a student work late, after all.
Conveyor belt only.
Although in that last scene, she did look pretty normal. But that first part.
Jeez.
Damn, to think there'd be that much traffic. What a waste of time. I wasn't able to open the cafe today.
Well,
whatever.
Fine.
Just head upstairs. There's something I need to give to you.
Talk about a gruesome accident. 80 people were involved.
Yikes. Well, I guess it was a subway, so there would be a lot of people.
It's a diary. Make sure you write in it.
Oh man.
You may be under probation. There's no special limitations on what you do in particular. Besides following the law, that is.
Yeah, I mean, I figured with the whole probation and everything.
However, I'm obligated to report on you, which is why I'm having you record your daily activities.
Oh man, so this is how we save the game.
Hey, what's up? I'm about to leave right now. Don't worry, I'll be there in no time.
Oh man, that smirk.
Uh-huh. I'll see you soon.
With that line earlier establishing Sojiro as a little bit of a ladies' man, I think we know what he's getting up to tonight.
Well, I'm off. I'll lock the place up. So do whatever you want for the rest of the night. Oh, but don't mess up my store. If something goes missing, I'll hand you right over to the cops. You got
Don't
school
worry, man.
tomorrow. You better head off to bed, all right?
Sure thing. You enjoy yourself. You seem to have had a pretty stressful day. And this, once again, is how we save the game. Which it'll explain right here. I should write down what happened today in my diary. There we go. Saving the game, rather. I have an early day tomorrow. I should rest up. And we're going on an hour and 2 minutes, 3 minutes actually. And, yeah, I think this is a good place to stop. We just got a way to save the game. Like I said, I'm going to be saving off camera because I do have save files ahead of time. I mean, I do have like previous saves that I don't want like spoiling anything for you guys. So I'll be saving off camera for the first couple of saves at least. Once I get enough of a buffer that like we can't see the old save files, then I'll kind of go back. But yeah, also I think now would be a pretty good time to mention my upload schedule. I'm planning on uploading these every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That is a very tentative schedule for right now. I want to see what I can keep up with. If I think I can do more, I might add a day on like Saturday or Sunday, depending on where I have time. If not, I might, if things get a little hectic, I might cut down the schedule, although I probably won't wind up doing that. I'd much rather add a day than take a day away, because this game is a pretty long game, and even if I am doing hour-long episodes, it'll still take a while to get through the game, so I'd rather not cut down days. Anyways, so yeah, that's my upload schedule, and this has been my first episode. Once again, I'm pretty new at this, so bear with me. I'm learning how to Let's Play as we're going on this journey, so bear with me, and peace out.